Joe Rogan has declared war on Google and big tech. That's what we'll be talking about on today's video. I'm sure you're all well aware by now of Rogan's, making it rain. He's pulling in the big bucks with this new deal with Spotify. But it's pretty amazing. Rogan is moving his show to Spotify so as to stick it to big tech. We're going to take a look at the move, what's behind it, and why this powerful shot in the streaming wars is giving big tech a serious run for its money. I think you're going to love it. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. Awesome to be with you as always. If this is your first time here at this channel, we post 2 videos a day analyzing current events, analyze some super awesome conservative trends so you can live in the present in light of even better things to come. So if you have not already done so, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. It'd be an absolute privilege to have you as a regular part of this channel where we daily celebrate together the inevitable collapse of left-wing globalism and the unstoppable rise of a new conservative age. Also, for everyone, before you do anything else, make sure to click on the link below and head on over to my special website for My Patriot Food Supply. With all the quarantines have been enforced, with all the pictures of the empty shelves, perhaps you saw it firsthand as a result of this crazy virus lockdown. It's such a relief to know that we have such good friends over at My Patriot Food Supply. Gang, they're simply the best. And there has frankly never been a better time to bite the bullet and stock up on an emergency food supply. No one makes that more ridiculously easy and affordable as My Patriot Supply. Their food kits last up to 25 years in storage. They include breakfast, lunches, and dinners. And best of all, they've got a guarantee policy that will knock your socks off. And if you act now, you can save $100 off a full 4-week emergency food supply when you click on the link below to my special website. You heard that right, 100 smackers off. So don't wait, click on that link below. Save $100 off your very own 4-week emergency food supply today. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. It's just been announced the other day that Joe Rogan has signed a very, very lucrative contract with Spotify to move his extremely popular and successful talk show exclusively to the Spotify platform. Spotify announced that the Rogan Experience, which is indeed one of the most popular podcasts in the world, is coming to Spotify. Now, the Wall Street Journal is reporting that Rogan's multi-year licensing deal is worth, get this, 100 million smackers, $100 million. The Journal reported that Spotify's stock went up 8% after the announcement. And this, of course, is because Rogan's viewership is absolutely massive and loyal. His episode with the Tesla CEO, Elon Musk, got 34 million views on YouTube. Starting in September, as I understand it, the entire Joe Rogan Experience library will be moved over to Spotify as well as other social media platforms. And then sometime around the end of the year, it will be all exclusive to Spotify. Now, there's a bit of a discrepancy on the reporting in terms of the future of Rogan on YouTube. Some are saying he's going to leave YouTube completely. Others are saying that Rogan's YouTube channel will stay alive. It just won't contain full episodes. You'll have to go on over to Spotify if you want to watch the full, 2.5 hour, 3 hour episodes. Regardless, this move is widely recognized as a major blow against Google as well as Apple as Rogan moves away from YouTube and iTunes. But more than that, according to Rogan's good buddy Alex Jones, Rogan is saying that this contract with Spotify is his way of striking back against YouTube and Google censorship. Now, Jones and Rogan have been friends for like 20 years. And you probably remember the last time Alex Jones appeared on Rogan's show, he was on fire. It was the most listened to podcast of 2019 and over 17 million views on YouTube. It was just absolutely amazing stuff. Again, according to InfoWars, Rogan wants Jones as his first guest on the show when it arrives on Spotify on the 1st of September as a statement that this is a deliberate strike against the censorship of big tech. Rogan has made it clear that he retains full creative control over the show with Spotify, and this is going to give him a platform for a full freedom of expression that's increasingly being snuffed out by the politically correct censorship of big tech. Now, I have to say that unfortunately, to be honest with you, we on this channel have experienced big tech censorship, and it's really sad. I mean, it's so unnecessary in the grand scheme of things, but it seems to be what a bunch of politically correct cancel shills revel in. You may have seen our commercials on YouTube featuring our fake news antidote ebook. I've gotten a number of you writing in and say, hey, Dr. Steve, just saw your commercial in front of a video I was watching. Really cool stuff. It's awesome. And thank you for those comments. But what you may not know is that right now we're not allowed to run those ads anymore. Because for some reason, Google Ads has flagged our ads as political. I guess because I say the term fake news over and over and over again. Fake news, fake news. And I want you to just think about that. Think about how we're being censored because we're supposedly fake news or spreading fake news when CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC, New York Times, Washington Post, all the other legacy media outlets peddled in a blatant fabrication and hoax. They peddled an out-and-out Russian collusion lie for 3 years. That's why they rightly earned the label fake news. Their coverage of the Russian collusion hoax was itself a hoax. It wasn't even anything remotely resembling the standards, professional journalistic standards. They didn't report on Russian collusion. They rooted for it. They actively rooted for it. Come on. So this is a blatant parody of absurdity to somehow flag us in this channel, and the work that we do is somehow not appropriate for Google Ads. And besides that, there's absolutely no reason for Google Ads, which is in charge of YouTube advertising. There's no reason on the planet that any commercial of mine should be censored. I mean, because in the end, if you think it through, I'm not being censored for language or inappropriate material or anything like that. Why am I being censored? I'm being censored for my political views, which are mainstream. May I remind Google Ads who is the president of the United States? So this is really absurd. And we have assistants right now who are working on trying to get Google Ads to respond to our petition to get these commercials back up and running. It's really absurd that we even have to do this and take up the time. We're facing it even worse on Facebook. We face what I would argue to be blatant discrimination there. To this day, we cannot run our commercials on Facebook because they've been designated as too political. And once you're designated like that as just political or too political, and they find out that you're on the right, for whatever reason, it seems Facebook makes it virtually impossible to get you through this long and cumbersome application process successfully. I'll give you an example of this, and I think this is what Rogan's talking about a bit. Facebook requires that we give proof of why we're a legitimate, or of how we're a legitimate business, right? So you have to submit like a charter for your corporation or some kind of objective, authentic proof to show you're not a bot or whatever. Now, we sent them our charter. We scanned and emailed our charter for our LLC, and they said it wasn't good enough. That wasn't valid enough proof that we were a legitimate business. Our charter, our business charter put together by a lawyer, recognized in any courtroom in the nation, that charter wasn't good enough. Another time, we were trying to get permission to run ads on Facebook. We were rejected because our business address supposedly didn't match. And then, of course, we're told that if you didn't get approved, you're probably going to have to wait a little while before seeking approval again. And there's no personal customer assistance to help you. And this has been going on for months, literally months, and we still can't run ads on Facebook. And like I said, we've run now into comparable walls on YouTube. And again, I get Facebook. I get Zuckerberg. I mean, and him enforcing his politically correct world on the rest of the world. But Google Ads, I mean, give me a freaking break. Have you looked at all the nonsense that's being advertised on a minute-by-minute basis on Google Ads, and then they're going to pick on us? Now, that said, this is a wonderful excuse for everyone watching to subscribe to my email list. I'll put a link down below for where you can sign up. This is how we're going to stay in touch with one another in case big tech wants to start messing around with this channel. I mean, right now, we're pretty much flying under the radar, but God forbid Biden win, right? I mean, can you imagine what they're going to do to this channel and channels like this? So we don't know what's going to happen in the future. So the best thing that you can do is make sure that we stay in touch with one another. And that's by signing up on our email list. You also want to avail yourself of our Fake News Antidote ebook. Again, I'll put a link down below for that resource as well. I know a lot of you have downloaded it and given some wonderful feedback on it. Helps you to bypass all the big tech Marxist media sites. So it's a compilation of over 20 news sites that you can go to. You can just bookmark them on your computer, smartphone. And through them, you can get a fully conservative and fully realistic vision of current events. And by the way, we're looking to launch our own Dr. Steve Turley podcast next month. We did it for a little while, then we dropped the ball for about a year. But thank you guys. You gave us a lot of feedback, said, look, we really would like to see those podcasts back. Well, we're going to relaunch them next month. Now, we'll keep you updated on the email newsletter, so you'll definitely want to make sure you subscribe to that to find out about the podcast. And I think, again, this occasion to Joe Rogan's success and taking on big tech, I think that can help strengthen this channel with you subscribing to the email list, downloading that Fake News Antidote ebook. I think that's only going to bolster our strength in relation to big tech as we do it together. Now, before you go, you will definitely want to check out the video that I just uploaded on the latest twist in the whole Biden-Ukraine scandal. It's now official that Biden is indeed the subject of a criminal probe in the Ukraine. It's pretty amazing stuff. You're definitely going to want to check this out. You can't make it up. So make sure to click on the link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.